Sometimes this morning we're in Wycliffe Well, which is known as the UFO capital of Australia. And when you arrive here, you're asked to take off your scepticism hat, pass off all of your judgments and just listen to the people here. And these two guys are going to knock your socks off. This is Phil and Keith. Tell us about your closest encounter.
My closest encounter was in the Adelaide Hills. One wet morning, down at the bus stop with my two children to catch the bus, and we saw this person coming along a foot above the road. And it came right over the car and asked could I take it to the city.
You're saying this was an alien?
An alien, yes it was. Yeah, it was above the road and the features were perfect. It wasn't wet, there was no feet, there was nothing on it to say that it was been raining, but I was wet, my children were wet. They got on the school bus, I went to take them to the city, and all of a sudden I thought, this is an alien because we've been asking for one to come. And all of a sudden she said to me, I've got to get out, I've got to go. And it did, I got out, I let her out and that was it. I turned around, gone, vanished. But all the way going down to work that morning through China Ponds, people who work on the side of the road, my friends who work for the council, they saw someone in my car and they said, who was that person in your car? Every morning this week, every morning for the whole week, they saw this person in my car.
Yeah. And you've been looking to see more, and you've seen more?
I've seen more up here in the territory, yes.
Okay. And what about you? Why are so many UFO sightings here in Wycliffe Well, do you think?
Well, there's a base nearby and...
a base for aliens?
Yeah, a base for aliens. They've been here for a long time. This Wycliffe Well garage just happened to be built here. There's many UFO sightings, and this particular one was seen in the area quite a few times. And I've also seen this one in Sydney many years ago. There's a lot of different craft and visitors around the place. And yes, there'll be more sightings coming up.
Well, needless to say, we are among believers here, and a lot of the people who have turned up this morning, like these guys, have bought books full of photos that they've got where they say that they can see unidentified flying objects.
In 1940, my father during the war is when they saw the soldiers, and the soldiers all of a sudden saw this craft go and they called it a flying saucer. Straight down the ground, all the soldiers cringed like this. I didn't know what to do there. And no noise, nothing. So they got in their jeeps and trucks and they took off. Couldn't find it. So I'm here to search now.
Okay, following on from what his father told him, we'll be finding out more at 8:30.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
You got the chills?
I'm seeing Fox Mulder.
The question is, do you believe, or do you are you a skeptic? And as Monique said, when you go to Wycliffe Well, you've got to take your skeptic's hat off.
About 380 k's from Alice Springs, and we've been talking about the fact that Wycliffe Well is known as the UFO capital of Australia. And you guys were speaking to John Pinkin earlier, and he was talking about a lady who said she'd had bad experiences after she said that she saw a UFO. But Phil feels very differently to that. He says that he's had aliens in his car before. What was the experience afterwards?
Yeah, I feel safe and secure, and I'm on natural high for weeks after, using all my senses. It's a beautiful feeling, absolutely beautiful feeling.
Wow. Now, Nolly, tell us about your experience here in Wycliffe Well.
Well, not quite at Wycliffe, about 40 k's down the road. Down there, I happened to see one. It was sitting on top of the trees, and it's about the size of a medium garage, I suppose. That tin shed sort of thing.
What was it?
Well, I think it was a spacecraft, but I didn't wait around to see. I had to go look at it down, so I drove off. Yeah.
Really? And have you always been a believer? What do you say to the people that don't believe?
Well, you got to see it with your own eyes, of course, and yeah, there's a lot of skeptics around, saying that we see things, but on this particular time I wasn't drunk. I believe there's something out there. Yeah.
Nolly's a real character. Earlier this morning, he just turned around and showed us your jacket there, and he had this jacket on which says Night Patrol, and I said, oh, where are you Night Patrol from? And he said, oh no, I'm not, I just nicked the jacket. Is that right?
I borrowed it, yeah.
You borrowed it.
It's cold, yeah.
So it's cold, good idea. Now, Father Richard has got a different sort of perspective being a priest. You don't believe any of this, do you?
I don't, Monique. I think it's because I believe that God created the world. This is the totality of it, and there's no life beyond it. I think, you know, God's made everything here, and I don't believe there's a world or anything beyond it apart from the planets. There's no life there.
Well, okay, well, everybody's got a different idea. Let's have a look at the weather. Big thanks to Ron and Trevor from Telstra, who are over there, who have helped us out with all of our technical stuff, have battled any unidentified flying objects in the air to make sure that we could still broadcast live to you this morning. And a massive turnout in Wycliffe. Well, we've got an official permanent population here of 8 people, so this is massive. And tomorrow we'll be in Alice Springs, where they have the famous Henley on Todd River race. So we'll see you there, guys, if we make it back.
Yes.
Oh, get a UFO, you'll be there in a flash.
Just like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Monique will vanish and reappear tomorrow.
Oh, have you ever seen one? UFO?
No.
Anyone?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. No, okay, there you go. Later in the show.
Unanimous?